Hey guys, welcome back to Dynasty Football Live. Today, we're going to be bringing you a new series here, and this is going to let you guys know a little bit about the divisions, where we see them falling, stacking up, where we see, these teams being where they need to be at the end of the year, ranking-wise. So, this is also going to help you with players that you need to invest in on certain teams that you need to look for. For me, guys, it's very crucial to know who the top dogs are in each division when you play Dynasty football. So, with that being said, we're going to get into our first division, which is the AFC South. And I'm going to let Manny take it away with his first pick. Who's getting first? Do you want to start with it first, or do you want to start at the bottom? How do you want to do this, Manny?
Let's start at the bottom, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's keep it interesting here. Man, it's
Don't
tough.
break my heart. Don't break my heart, bro.
No, this is a tough division. It's kind of top heavy, and in the middle, there's kind of some questions about different key positions like the quarterback and health of certain players and all that, and the moves they made or lack thereof. So I think the easy pick would be the Texans, just based on what they did last year, but I'm not going to go that route. I think the Titans, I think they took a step back from a couple of years ago, or 2-3 years ago, when they were, kind of leading the AFC or the top teams in the AFC. And I just don't see them, being kind of elite. In my opinion, you see Ryan Tannehill's been struggling. They have Malik Willis, who may be starting to kind of turn things around a little bit. He had a rough rookie year. Will Levis, missing targets that are 5 yards away. It could be a fluke. We'll see about that. Derrick Henry's getting up there in age. They did drive Tajay Spears, which I really like, but I don't know if they're going to try to run Henry, to the ground. He might make a comeback as far as being, back to elite after having a couple of injury riddled seasons. But when you look at the receiver position, man, there just isn't nothing. You had Treylon Burks, very well-established name. And then you look at the rest, and who are these guys? Who are they? So, yeah. Burks is going to get a lot of targets, obviously. We'll see who, the rest here emerge. Very big name here in the tight end position. I'm not even going to try to say it. I'll just point here. But, he's supposed to have a breakout year. But at the end of the day, it all kind of falls down, in the quarterback positions, who's going to kind of step up and be a serviceable quarterback. The line is not very good. They lost Taylor Lewan. It was a perennial Pro Bowler. So for me, offensively, it's going to be kind of tough. Henry is not going to. It's not. I don't think he's. I think he's still good, obviously, but I don't know if he's the guy who can, they can have 8 or 9 men in the box and still kind of lead the NFL in rushing yards. He might still be a top 10 running back when it's all said and done after this season, but I don't know. It's going to be tough if the quarterbacks struggle, especially, when they're putting that many men on the box. Defensively, they have a lot of holes. Not going to really focus too much on the defense. Obviously, they have, Kevin Byard as the star there, as well as, what's his name? Jeffrey Simmons and the defensive line, kind of anchoring the D line and the DBs. But I don't know, man. I think for me, they didn't do enough to kind of right their ship here, and kind of get better. I think everyone else in the division, in my opinion, got better, and the Titans haven't done that this offseason. So for me, it has to be the Titans last. And if Hopkins goes there, I feel like he'll probably, still have good stats, but I just don't see why Tennessee seems to be kind of a hot name, because man, their offense just looks kind of one dimensional, and I don't know. I just don't like them. So for me, it's the Titans.
Yeah, they fell flat, man. They were AFC in the AFC Championship game 2 years ago, man. Can you believe that? What a fall. What a fall. That just lets you guys know how quick you can be on top and go straight to the bottom. So, it's a constant evolving league, man. You got to evolve and adapt and keep it fresh in the cupboard, man. And if you can't stay on top, this is what happens. So, I'm agreeing with you. I think the Titans, for me, are there in last place. And I don't think then signing DeAndre Hopkins saves this team.
Mm-hmm.
I think at best they're runner-ups in this division. At best, I do not think they will even touch the league winner here for the AFC South. I just don't think they're the same. They got a lot of older players on their team now. Henry's starting to. I don't know if he's slowing down, but I mean he is pretty old now. So they need a restock. So, and I don't think they addressed their biggest position in the draft, which is wide receiver. I think that's going to hurt them. So we'll see. I'm going to go to our next in line. For me, it's going to be the Indianapolis Colts. And guys, I don't laugh at me.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
Hear me out.
Okay.
And it's not because I'm wearing a Texans jersey. Well, let's just be honest. I hate the Colts. All right. Yeah, you're lucky I didn't put you in last place. It's not biased either. Look, guys, I simply think that Anthony Richardson is a great quarterback. I do not think that he is quite ready to be the quarterback that leads you to second place in this division. Okay. You look at his record in college. Right now we're going off a combine hero. Okay. That's what we're going off of. We're not going off of a college hero. We're going off of a combine hero. We're going off a combine superstar. Now, this may change. I'm not saying that they can't leapfrog the Texans or the Jaguars. I'm just saying old boy better come in and play like he played at the combine. If he don't, this is where you're going to see the Colts. Because I feel like the other two quarterbacks in this division with the Jaguars and the Texans are true quarterbacks. You're looking at a true pocket passer and Trevor Lawrence and CJ Stroud. Now, talent-wise at the running back position, the Colts got it, right? But what we saw last year, if you look at the Texans and the Colts record, they tied the first game and the Texans won the second game. And we beat them with Davis Mills, okay? We didn't beat them with CJ Stroud. We beat them with Davis Mills. That is embarrassing, okay? That is simply embarrassing. So for me, it's the Indianapolis Colts. They added a few guys, Josh Downs. Let's go down here and see what they got here. So you got Anthony Richardson. Okay. Then you got Jonathan Taylor, A++, best running back in the league. Then you got, the wide receivers, Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, Michael Pittman. Yeah, I could see this happening. I like the wide receiver group. Little questionable on the tight ends. I know not in your spectrum because you're a Jelani Woods fanatic. But let's go down. What's really plagued the Colts lately has been, for the most part, the lack of Shaquille Leonard not being on the field. I think he was a game changer for me. So, yeah, I've got the Colts here third in the division, and it's simply on better quarterback play. Possible better quarterback play by the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Texans that puts them in third for me.
All right. And again, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. I was surprised. Sorry. And I will say this. I am not. I mean, I'll tell you who I have third in the division, but just because this team is here doesn't mean it's not going to be close. I think it's going to be close, very, very close. It could kind of be flip-flop by the end. When it's all said and done, it's going to be maybe one game away, from taking the second spot or being on the third spot. For me, it's going to be the Texans. I really, really like what they did this offseason. I think DeMeco Ryans is changing the culture. I think the players that they got in the draft and in free agency, I think they're going to turn around quick, to be honest. I have no doubt. With that said, I think it's going to be a bit of a growing pains, just in general, with a new scheme, new coaching staff, a lot of new players trying to come together. And like I said, with that said, I do think that they're going to be they could easily finish second. I think 2 and 3 it's going to be a really, really tough battle. I just think the Colts, for me, I won't say too much because I don't want to talk about the Colts and talk about the Texans. But anyways, I love what the Texans did in the draft. I love what they did in the offseason, free agency. I think Case Keenum kind of coming back to Houston and being that veteran presence. We know, he's not really like the most talented player, but he's very, very good and definitely a serviceable quarterback in the NFL, definitely a backup at this stage. But I think he can teach Stroud a lot. And I think the beneficiary of that is going to be down the line, maybe year 2, 3 of the Texans. I think they're going to turn around very, very quickly. I just don't know, if the growing pains are going to be too much. Obviously, Dameon Pierce at running back is going to be dangerous. He's going to be basically Stroud's best friend. The running game's going to be, help Stroud kind of get some of those. Maybe they'll have more 8-man box to stop the run and force Stroud to win. And I think he can do that. I think he's able to do that. I just, again, rookie quarterback, new scheme, game's a little faster, maybe a slow start. I don't know. We'll see. I think wide receiver room is definitely one that's it doesn't have a true number one, but I think there has a lot of potential, especially, hear a lot of rumors about Nico Collins kind of stepping up and being the number one guy. We'll see what happens there. I think Tank Dell is extremely, I don't know if I want to say extremely underrated, but I think he's underrated. I think people maybe that are not, super college football fans or, live in Texas or in Houston, maybe didn't know who that guy was before the draft. And we're surprised by him going up so high, but I think he's going to be a very key weapon for them. I think Schultz is going to be not a huge Schultz fan, but I think he's definitely very consistent. And he's not like super great at anything, but he's good at almost everything. So very, very good, tight end there. And then obviously you have Brevin Jordan who did pretty well last year. So I think they kind of do things a little bit different as far as I think Jordan's more of a field stretcher than Schultz. So they have a good 1-2 punch there at the tight end position. I think defensively is what we'll see the biggest jump. With the, what happened with the draft rather. I think Jerry Hughes, the veteran presence there, along with Will Anderson, and kind of having that veteran kind of teach them some of the kind of what to expect from the NFL. Kurtzy kind of played way better than I thought he was going to play. I know we had him with the Packers the previous year, and he kind of struggled a little bit. That last year I think he played very well. And Harry To'oTo'o coming in from Alabama. We'll see what happens there. He kind of fell in the draft, but I really like him as a player. He seems to be at the right place at the right time. I think they're seconded. So I agree with you. They could, based on, I'm guessing you're not going to pick him first, but based on what you said, I'm not saying that it's not possible. I think the Colts, for me, are going to be second. But I would not be surprised at all if the Texans make a run at it and turn things around very, very quickly. So for me, the Texans third, but very, very, very close. And I'm telling you, I think it's going to be maybe a game or two away either way.
Yeah. I think this division is just super tight. It's literally a Hail Mary division, man. Like, you don't know who's going to end up at the top at the end of the year. Shit, for all we know, Stroud could be all world and lead this team to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That's my dream, but I don't think it's going to happen. But for me, guys, for sure, if I had a lot to bet on it, I'd bet on my Texans here finishing. I hate to say it, but runner up here in the AFC South. I think Stroud does hit some growing pains as a quarterback coming into, not too bad of a team, but I think that, they're one more draft away from truly being division worthy, opponents. I think this team needs to grow one more draft away from, challenging the, we all know who the Jaguars got, and that's Trevor Lawrence, man. And for me, I'm not going to get crazy with my fandom here. I'm not going to go nuts and say the Texans are winning the AFC South because even I know that that's a stretch considering the kind of talent that the Jacksonville Jaguars have. So, Texans were up there. We fell off. We came back, man. So now it's time to develop that young talent that we got. I think I'm agreeing with you. DeMeco Ryans is going to change the culture here with us, but I don't think it's going to be this year. I think it's going to take there's too many new faces in town to come in and win a division. If it happens, so be it. But I'm not putting money on it. Sorry, guys. Even with all my Texans, faithfulness, I just can't invest in us winning the division this year. I'm gonna say the Texans finish second. It's gonna be close. I think we split the series with the Colts this year. I think it's a very, very exciting division to watch. If you watch Stroud versus Richardson, Stroud versus Levis, Richardson versus Levis. Then you got Lawrence versus Stroud. I mean, look at the quarterbacks that the AFC South has now, dude. Like, it is absolutely a fun division to watch. So it's going to be exciting. I'm ready to kick back in my lazy boy and really see the Texans and what they've built here. But I think we are the runner up in the AFC South. That's just my personal ranking.
All right. Yeah. I think it's going to be close, and I didn't laugh, at your pick again, but I think I could easily flip-flop, and it all comes down to sorry.
No, I agree. Yeah, I think it could flip-flop here in the middle. I mean, it could go either way. No disrespect to the Colts, even though, I despise the Colts, but hey, I think that they both got fresh young teams, man. It could go either way.
I think for me, even though I think it is going to be closer than people think, especially, having the Texans almost have the first overall pick and picking so early this year's draft, I think they're going to turn it around quickly, and I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. But I think the Colts, the last 2 seasons, and I know a lot of players either are getting older, a lot of the talent they had is getting older, but for a while they were literally a quarterback away from being, one of those elite teams. And I just think, and I know, Richardson has, I think he's definitely going to struggle a little bit more, at least passing the ball than probably Stroud. I do believe that. I think we've seen, younger quarterbacks that are running the ball, kind of like Lamar Jackson. I'm not comparing him to Lamar Jackson, but obviously I think you saw earlier success because of what he can do with his legs. It kind of opened up a little bit of the passing game. And I think the Colts are offensively and defensively, aside from the receiver position, I think it's probably their weaker spot. Even though they have Pittman and I think Downs is underrated, but and Alec Pierce, obviously. But I just think they're a little bit more. It's kind of like the Panthers a little bit, where like the offense and defense were kind of already kind of successful in a way, or set up, or built in a way that it could be successful if it just had the right quarterback. I'm not saying Anthony Richardson is going to blow it out of the water and be elite by any means. He could passing or whatever, but I think I don't think he's going to be like Fields, for example, that struggled as a running quarterback because he had nothing around him. I think Richardson and the Colts they kind of have a better team around him, a better team in place to kind of help him along with the growing pains as far as throwing the ball in the NFL and being an NFL quarterback. So for me, it's going to be close, but I think the Colts are going to be number 2 in the division for me.
Hey, your rankings, at the end of the year, you live with that, not me.
Hey, I can't wait. We'll do a recap of and see who was right and wrong.
And that's what's fun about here at Dynasty Football Live, guys. We like to have fun, and we like the competitiveness of, hey, I bet you this is gonna happen. So, hey, anyways, guys, I think we all know who the AFC South winners are here. It's gonna be the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's my pick here. Let's open up this roster, man. Let's go down this roster that they have. Which, man, for me, it is something to just desire and admire, man. Just full of talent, dude. Like these Jacksonville Jaguars have really done a good job of retooling this team. Trevor Lawrence, for one. I mean, all-world Trevor Lawrence. If you got his rookie card, hold that bitch because you're about to get cashed out on it. For me, next 2 guys here, running back, we got Travis Etienne, all-world Travis Etienne. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a huge Etienne fan, always have been. Record-breaking running back coming out of Clemson. Got plagued with injuries his first year. Shit happens, but hey, he's back, and he did all right last year. So, he's on Jack Attack this year. Congratulations, Manny. Got you a little bit of that ETN investment there. Nice. I'm happy for you. Tank Bigsby's coming up. They're saying he's going to be involved in the offense, so he's someone to watch for you guys in the draft. Go if you got ATN, you better go get Tank Bigsby. This guy scares me, man. He's good. Then we go to the wide receivers. Let's scroll down here. Let's get on down here to the wide receivers, guys. This is the part of this team right here that will eat you up. Now Calvin Ridley's coming back. Y'all remember what Calvin Ridley did with the freaking Falcons, man? When he had Matt Ryan? Now he's got Trevor Lawrence. I hope that y'all remember Calvin Ridley. I know he's been off and gone for a few years, but hey, Ridley's back, and Ridley's finna dominate. Go buy Calvin Ridley shares right now if you're in, any kind of contention. If you can get them on the cheap, jackpot all day. Calvin Ridley is, I'm telling you guys right now, he is going to have a year, and go get you some. Second in line here for me, I don't even see him on here, man. This is crazy. Christian Kirk should be on there, but I don't see him on there.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on with this thing.
Hey, Christian Kirk's there. Hey, he was a top 15 wide receiver last year in fantasy. And Zay Jones. You guys forgot Zay Jones blew up last year.
Yeah.
So that's 3 really, really good wide receivers, okay? And then we're going to go down to Evan Ingram, who had a comeback year. Evan Ingram scares the holy living shit out of me. Trevor Lawrence. I think he could easily finish as a top 10 tight end now that him and Trevor Lawrence have gelled. So let's go down here to the defense, and then I'm going to get off the Jaguars as my league winners for the AFC South. Guys, imagine if they would have drafted Aiden Hutchinson. Let's just take a moment of silence for the miss on that. We all knew it was Aiden Hutchinson, and they still passed on him, man. So if this defense had Aiden Hutchinson, wow, just absolutely wow. Not too bad though. They retooled. I like what they have here on defense. Trayvon Walker, let's go down to the obviously Josh Allen's still there. Got really, really, really good secondary. I thought Devin Lloyd is good, and then you have for me it's Antonio Johnson. They got a steal in this guy, man. This guy's gonna blow up this year and really help this defense, dude. So for me, dude, Jacksonville, they're loaded top to bottom. They're gonna win this division, man. I hate to say it, but they're gonna win it.
I agree, and you kind of covered everything I was going to cover, so I'll keep it short and sweet. But I think for me, I'll go ahead and do this just as a because I need to. But I think Jacksonville's number one for sure. I think the talent they have on the offensive side of the ball is elite, and I think it's one of those things where it's going to be one of those teams that maybe their defense is kind of trying to play catch up, but their offense is so elite that they're going to get some wins because of their offense. And hopefully, I mean, Trayvon Walker, as far as the talent goes, definitely has that freakish body that, obviously NFL GMs covet and scouts covet. And they took a chance on him. I don't think he's quite a bust yet. He didn't have like a Hutchinson season by any means, obviously, but I think him and Josh Allen together is kind of an interesting pairing there. Devin Lloyd, probably the steal of the draft. If it wasn't because linebackers are so undervalued, this guy might have been in the first half of the first round. Last year's draft, he kind of broke out last year as a leader of the defense, and just extremely good all around player. So for me, I'm not going to keep going. I have Trevor Lawrence as my quarterback. Very excited about that. He's going to be my quarterback one this year, along with ETN. Hopefully he throws it to ETN a lot and they get a lot of touchdowns, get double points. But for me, it's going to be Jacksonville for sure, as the leading team in the AFC South.
Hey, love to see it, man. And as always, guys, comment down below. Let us know who you think it's going to be. We want to know what you guys think. I want to start seeing this comment section active, man. We have been 0 comments. Guys, I'm gonna tell you what, man. If you guys comment, we will respond. We are not a channel that is going to leave you hanging out there just to wonder why I even commented on this person's page. We like to interact. We want to give you guys answers, and we want to give you guys, all the info you can ask for. So, guys, like, subscribe, leave a comment, man. We'll get back to you. We'll probably answer right then and there because we'll be like, oh my God, our first comment. But anyway, hey, guys, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the AFC South rankings. We're gonna check back at the end of the year and update these and see where we stacked up against each other. It's gonna be fun. So, anyways, guys, as always, Dynasty Football out, baby.